Yo, hey, what's up, guys? I'm on the test server again, and I tried out the new mythical Arahoa in Chimera, and it turned out she is amazing. But also, I created a full auto team that can maybe be extended to other versions. It doesn't have to be this particular champion right now, but that's what I'm going to show you today. The 13 trial team for full auto for Chimera, and I think that's quite insane. And it would be amazing if you guys press the like button and comment and everything. Hype the video a little bit up, because I think we need a little bit more full auto, because it is in the room that we will get maybe a quick battle Chimera. And that would be amazing if we can do also some trials. But I want to quickly talk about this champion. Like, I have some really nasty stuff on her, and I don't care this time. It's full auto and I like it. I like it so much that I want to show you guys. I want to also talk quickly about her, because like, why is she so good? First of all, block active skill, decreased defense are really nice. To be honest, the block active skill is more used in my team right now than other thing, but it activates a trial, and every time you place a debuff, you will get more speed. I'm not gonna place too many debuffs in my particular version right now, but it is a really good thing about it. And also, true fear for 2 turns on a boss. That is amazing. That is so nice for the ram form that we can do full auto. But yeah, I hopefully we get more teams about it, like full auto. That's what I need more. And if you want me to do more of those, like if it takes a lot of time. If you want me to do that a little bit more, just yeah, press that like button and stuff. I don't want to beg, but also this takes so much time. I can't post too many videos because of thinking about stuff like this. But her second form, also amazing for the ram form. Oh, it's so nice. Perfect veil. She also gets turn meter by 20% for each hit. It's a 4-time hitter, 80% more hit. It comes so nice in there that this is it's kind of insane. And then also the other insane thing, enemy max HP. Oh, hell yeah. Triple enemy max HP. And she can set herself up. The passive doesn't play too much of a role for my run in particular, because it's full auto. I'm going to show you the preset, but I'm not going to talk too much about it. It's too much to talk about it. Like, just later on, you kind of have to copy the stats and stuff, what I have, if you want to do something. But also, I hopefully think that it's going to inspire more people to think about more full auto things, like I will do in the future, probably. And yeah, this is the team. I'm going to show you the preset. Yeah, it's... it's super important. The only thing I'm gonna quickly talk about the preset, about a mythical champion. To be honest, they have a special thing about it. If you wanna use them in a right way, you kind of decide one form of them to do the trials, to do the setup or something. And for the ultimate form, you usually go into your normal form and you don't do too many crazy things. Like I just have it on the opener right now, this skill. I don't need this skill. I cannot use this skill because later on I need the skill ready to be right here. But we can easily kind of do that if you just go on your secondary form that doesn't do the craziest stuff for your trials. For the ultimate form, you let them stay over there all the time, and then you go into another form. Then you have all your skills ready, and also you can kind of just transform in another form, in your main form, and you're gonna stay there forever for like the Viper form, for example, or the Ram form or something, and then just flip back when you go back into the ultimate form. That's why they're kind of really nice to set up a full auto thing. But yeah, let's just quickly go over the skill set, like all these things that I have right there. Maybe just the setup that I'm gonna show you right now. It's gonna kind of inspire you to kind of get another champion maybe instead of this yeah, mythical champion that I probably won't get myself at all too. But yeah, I will work on it. It feels amazing to do it on full auto, to be honest. And yeah, about her, there's nothing too crazy. It's mostly all the same. Just besides at the beginning, she transforms one time and then she transforms back after getting all these things. I'm gonna talk about that when we are in the run. For Chris, it's nice. Mythicals are not so preset heavy that you have like 18 things in there going on. For Siffy, quickly, we do it like this. Alright. Of course, hey, the preset is super important this time. Usually it's never like so important because mostly it's manual or you gotta think about something. But this one does have some RNG values in it. But since it is full auto, you can just repeat the run a couple of times. It takes 20 minutes and you should be fine. So this one right here. And the next one. All of these things need to be shown because they all go... Oh, the only thing I'm gonna quickly change right now, because it actually didn't work on the second time. Wait, I need to do it like... Wait, give me a sec. I need to quick fix something. And yeah, I make this on a 1 and this on a 2. Because openers sometimes don't count, like they never count 2 times. Like you encounter the Viper form the second time, it actually won't use the skill, but like this, it is totally fixed. And now you can just copy it. I just saw it and was like, wow, yeah, let me save that. And now let's go. I obviously recorded a video because there is some RNG values in it. We're gonna talk about all these things, but let me see what you guys see. Alright, so let's jump into the... Do you guys see what I see? Yes, you do. Alright, let's go into the fight quickly. A thing that I need to be aware of is at the beginning, I need my Mikage to put out a protected increase accuracy on any champion that doesn't have the resistance. In my particular run, it's just one champion, and it's the mythical champion, Ahura or something, I forgot the name, but yeah, she doesn't have the resistance, so I gotta be aware that the increase accuracy right now is protected on that champion. Everybody else can just resist and you are fine. And there's a little bit of the RNG. You still got the 3%, for example, that your increase speed or something gets stolen of a champion that has enough resistance. And there's a little bit the RNG, but it's just at the beginning. Later on, it doesn't place too much of a role if something gets stolen sometimes or but at this point, what we're trying to do is get the increase accuracy out there with a potential to keep them all the time with buff extenders that will increase the duration of it. And when we go into the RAM form, we have increased accuracy to activate one of those trials. And that's kind of it. Like the preset totally makes it work. How they go after another and all these things, speeds and sets and everything I will talk later on. And yeah, that's the only setup that I'm gonna do. So let's skip a little bit forward when we actually go into the RAM form, because then it's gonna kind of get interesting, because still, this is full auto, and oh, I like it so much. It feels like heaven. If you just press the button, and I wanna get this champion now too on my personal account. So quickly, I gotta talk about something. Mad Hatter puts out a True Fear. The True Fear can be nasty for yourself. It has a 25% chance to proc, because the boss has some passive and stuff, but if it procs, the boss will get turn meter. And that is actually not so great for your setup and stuff, but also it's not a game breaker. You can set up your team that you still do all the things that you need, even if the boss gets turn meter, but you gotta be aware of it. But also it has one positive thing. Since we are placing a debuff right when the boss is gonna transform, he gets a debuff. And the boss is gonna reflect his debuffs the first time he receives anything, and he's just gonna reflect it back at you. And that will happen right now. So he placed the True Fear. The boss is going to reflect it back on Mad Hatter. Mad Hatter has enough resistance, and that's how we get through this phase. And then afterwards, we can place every debuff we have in our pockets just freely, and that's why Mad Hatter is really nice. But also Krisk has the same thing. If you make the boss attack Krisk at the beginning, then you also have this effect that Krisk is going to place something out there and then reflects it back, but Krisk is going to resist everything, and you have freedom to place all the debuff that you need. And that is a joker in this fight when you can just place debuffs right away. And that's also, yeah, it kind of can ruin your run later for maybe other setups or something. Not particular in this one, but yeah, you saw it right there. I placed the True Fear for 2 turns. That is amazing on this champion. So that the champion is gonna stay in the first form and does something for the preparation. In our case, it's True Fear. And we're just gonna do all these debuffs what we have right now, because we have increased accuracy. It's gonna count towards our first trial. And that's gonna happen in a second, I think, when... Let's talk quickly about the champion. She's gonna transform, then she is gonna do a skill, a 4 times hitter, and she sets up Perfect Veil on herself. Amazing! This is so great, and also gains a lot of turn meter. So it's even more likely that she gets a second turn when she transforms and stuff. But yeah, Mad Hatter is gonna do also, like we activated right now the True Fear one. We had True Fear out there, we did a lot of damage, and that's how we activate it. I think Mad Hatter went already, placed the debuffs, so we are on 2 right now. Like the increased accuracy plays debuffs, and True Fear is activated right now. But since we have all the perfect setup right now, if the champion goes again with the enemy max HP skill, which hits decently hard, maybe if I do like Crushing Rent on 6-star and it's nice, but also keep in mind you don't need that much damage what I do right now to activate all these things. It's just too much. It is actually too much. I think you need like 700, 800k in total, and whatever stats you have later on, it'd probably be okay for you. So we do that skill, and since we had Perfect Veil at this moment, we had a trial that said do damage about poison, HP burn, and also max HP hits. We activated that one, and since the boss also had weaken and decreased defense, and all these things we activated in the middle one, the hard one. I will go over all these trials later on, no problem. If you want to see that and stuff, maybe get a little bit inspired, but that's how we got 5 trials already on full auto. And yeah, I'm trying to break Chimera in a good way for us, not break it to make it bad, make it controlled, so we can actually do our things maybe on full auto. The champion died right now, the I still don't know the name anymore, but she died. It's okay, we don't care about. We did our trials, what we are supposed to do in this form already, so yeah, it's fine. I thought about the trials, what I did right now. Maybe I talked about a trial that is actually not activated right now, but we will talk about all these when I have the window open, when we see all the trials that we did. Alright, because I did it like later on and stuff. Like, again, it's a video. So, we gonna revive now the mythical champion, and since the mythical champion can just transforming back to her secondary form, we can just, use that form to get all our skills, what we need in the other form, ready to go, and all these things. And since she is just doing A1s basically, she has all her skills ready on this form too. So what we decide on the next form is gonna happen. It will happen because all these skills are ready, and we do not care too much about damage, for example on the Chimera form, and like ultimate form right now. We don't care, but let's skip towards the lion form. Alright, let's go like this, and the lion will kill my Krisk. He has the most defense. You need to decide that. It is really good on him because he has like continuous heals that he places on himself, so he has the most potential on healing when he survives. In our case, he didn't, but it's okay. He's gonna get revived and all these. And yeah, we're gonna transform and do some trials in here. We're gonna do on the left side 1 trial, and we're gonna do on the middle row, like the middle, we're gonna do all 3 of them. So we're gonna do 4 trials in here. Amazingly good. Then we're gonna get on 9. Let's take a look at it. In a second probably it will happen, and yeah, it's all automatically, so I actually don't know when it happens right now. So we got 7 right now. Then, yeah, we need to do some ally attacks and all these things. I think you know the drill. This row is usually not that hard. And since we do have Mad Hatter and Mikage, there are quite some ally attacks happening. So this is not too crazy. Yeah, we don't have to watch it. It's just the ally attack one. So let's skip towards the Viper. And let's go. Because there's something on this mythical champion, I will just say mythical champion right now, that is kind of special. Since we have not used her skills, she did basically A1 in this form, we can decide that she is gonna do also one of her skills that puts out block active skills, and also gonna remove buffs of the enemy. That is amazingly good if you get your buffs stolen right here, right now. That is a kind of critical phase right now. And yeah, like for example, Chris gets his ally protection stolen, then you attack with somebody, then he's dead. Because the boss has your ally protection and you killed your Chris. And also this champion doesn't even attack with the skill that she's gonna remove the buffs. That is amazing. So let's quickly look. We didn't get any of our buffs stolen. That's quite nice. But also, we got something in our back pocket, even if it happens. We're like, yeah, alright, who cares? We even got Mad Hatter in there that can do something in there. If you kind of watch your run and you do manual, and you do more damage because you do manual, you don't have to set up the lower damage on this mythical champion and all these things. You can also use your Mikage to just get rid of the buffs, what he stole, and those kind of things. But yeah, She did block active skills, and then she does a lot of damage. And that's it. That's how we get to 12. And I think also I opened up at this point some, like, we don't have to watch how I hit the boss all the time. We just want to know now the trial. I have a window where I actually... Oh yeah, wait, before... Usually it's 13. And I can prove it right here, right now. But something went wrong. Right now, we're going into the ram form. Then we are placing the true fear. You saw quickly a true fear still on the screen. But then it procced on the boss. That means the boss is still reflecting some debuffs back. Because the true fear procced and didn't let him do anything. His passive is still going on. And if we place the next time any debuffs, we are kind of out. Because the boss is going to reflect it now. And since my mythical champion plays the true fear and Mad Hatter actually procced the true fear, and that's where the RNG is there, and it kind of sucks. Again, you just do your run a couple of times and you will get your 13, no problem. But usually I have the same setup right here, where we just go in, we have the true fear getting reflected on the Mad Hatter, and afterwards we're gonna do all the debuffs that we need, set up the true fear, transform, hit the boss really hard, and then we activate one more trial in here. But I think I opened it up right now. Yes, alright, like the middle one right there that you see, you can activate no problem. That is not even hard. And also, it can be possible that on the left side, the duel, you can technically break that. On one run, when I tried it, it was 7 million. On this phase right now, it was 7 million. So this is technically possible, but maybe I need like 6 stars and stuff, like Crushing Rent and these things. Then it's probably, or Nature's Wrath just stacked up more, something like this. And it is possible. But the middle row, 3-1, really easy. On the right side, we cannot really do this because we extend our buffs instead of placing new buffs. And that is really hard to do when you don't actually place new buffs. And so this is technically not really working, but in another setup. When you have like, I have other ideas, like maybe I use Gameron. I think about using Gameron instead of one of those champs. And then later on I will replace all these things. Like instead of having just buffs, I will place more buffs over it. So, and the next one will be Viper form. Wait, no, we have to talk about the Lion form. I skipped it. And yeah, we got the middle row completely. On the left side, 1, that's what I'm saying. Nothing too special, but also nice that we can actually activate all these things on full auto. And on the Viper form, we got 3, the right side and the left side. Nothing too crazy, but hey guys, let's think about new teams that can do this on full auto, and everybody will like it, even if you maybe don't have the champions. I get it. I don't even have myself this mythical champion, but I kind of want to know that it is possible. So, and yeah, that's kind of it. I didn't get my 13 trials. Let's skip a little bit ahead towards the end. Alright, so the damage was also cool, but hey, on manual, when you control this champion, you get way more. You probably get like 300, 200, yeah. If you actually use the skills that do the damage, then you get way more. At minimum 250. And yeah, that's about the team. It can perform really nice. Let's talk about all these stats and all those things. Because you need to know this time. Everything is needed. I cannot skip anybody. So, protection set. On our Mithrala, I'm just gonna say these are the stats. They have resistance, they have accuracy, the speed is nice, and then for Mikage there's no special requirements like, yeah, doing your crit damage, your defense or something. She is not affected, you can just make her survivable, and then resistance, accuracy plus the speed, you should be fine. For this champion right now, like, Arachoa, I got it. So, for this one, you don't need too much speed. She gets so many Termina and stuff, that's why I like her still also so much. And it's 200 speed, and you saw what happened. And yeah, 5,700 attack, not the craziest in the world. And also like 380 crit damage is really nice. I cannot lie, but also like I want to get the best stuff out of it. You can go lower and still activate those trials. And also, yeah, something like this. I do my testing with good stuff, you know. All right, so we got Nature's Wrath and Cat's Gaze on her. Alright, that is everything that you need to know. Probably now nobody will really build this team. Maybe sometimes, but yeah. So who else was in there? Because you also need to know the setup. For example, if you just want to replace the mythical with someone else, that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm trying to find another replacement that maybe does like 11 trials or something on full auto. And yeah, we get something out of it. Like instead of just having the mythical champion. Alright, those are the stats. What you have to be in care about is that he needs to have the most defense and like at least a lot of HP, speed, accuracy. What we have 320 right now. We have the lead of Mikage, so we get 80 more, and about like 520. Like yeah, you need a little bit more resistance, but I went for it. Keep in mind this mastery right now helps a lot on anybody that put out some debuffs, because you technically can get like 50 more resistance, and that really helps. So about this relic, we do have this one. Major tip is also, because we get so many circles, I think you will get one at some point, and then ignore defense effects are not so threatening anymore on the lion. That is a really good one. And yeah, brimstone, masteries. Alright, who else was in the team? Siphi. Yeah, and I have ideas already where I'm like, yeah, maybe not Mad Hatter. I will use Wixwell, and then I have increased defense from someone else, and I don't need the Siphi. I can use Elva, and maybe I get a perfect veil out of Elva anyway. There are options right now. I think I found a way to make it more manageable. But yeah, protection set again. Speedy, 330 speed. About the speeds, I'm not so sure how low you could go and all these things. We have to test. But yeah, resistance, that's what we need. Like, and also the lowest crit damage, because I want her to be attacked from the ram form. In my particular team, I have buff extenders that extend her buffs all the time. So she's technically not doing too much besides doing A1 anyway. And if she does her A2, it doesn't do anything besides a little bit turn meter increase. And also she needs to be tanky because she's gonna get attacked. The gold elixir helps a ton. And yeah, like faultless defense, don't look at it. It doesn't do the I maybe should take something different, but yeah, another resistance right here. I'm an idiot, but I'm gonna do it live. I'm gonna just pick this mastery. Was it the right one? Yes. Alright. And who else was in the team? Mad Hatter, obviously. Mad Hatter is going on. Oh, he became so nice over time. Like, oh, if you missed him, I'm sorry for you. But he's Infernal. He doesn't need to have Feral. It can be something else. It's just a little nice damage booster. But yeah, against stats, really speedy. And we got resistance and accuracy, plus some survival things. But it's actually, yeah, he's not threatened so often. You don't need to be that tanky. It's still okay, because you get like ally protection from Krisk and stuff. And yeah, a Volcano Shield. Yeah, I was just making my life a little bit easier because I wanted to have more resistance. The Volcano Shield doesn't actually play a role in any survival things or something. It was flat out just because the resistance. And yeah, like Cruelty and also Masteries. Let's go talk about them. I think that was everybody, right? Right? Yeah, we talked about him. We talked about him. Mikage. Yes, yes, yes. All right. That was everybody. This was kind of a showcase about the new champion, Arahoa. And kind of more important was the full auto aspect, that full auto is now possible. You just, yeah, gotta be sometimes also a little bit lucky and stuff. But yeah, let's find out more teams that can do something like that. If you found something, come into the Discord, let me know, let the community know. We need our life to be a little bit more easy. And how good would it be to just not do the 50-minute runs that can be RNG'd in your team and stuff, just by doing it on auto? Maybe I find a Titus team on auto. Wouldn't that be nice? That does like 10 or something trials. That would be awesome. But yeah, until then, stay tuned, and that's gonna be it. Make sure to press the like button, subscribe if you haven't done already, and yeah, have a nice day.